Resistance often emerges when individuals or team members are faced with very unfamiliar processes. There is some alteration in the workflow, or there is a significant organizational shift. It's very natural, it's a very normal phenomena in us as individuals, as human beings, right? It's very easy also to be very excited about making a change in the company when you are bringing in that change or when you are behind that change. But not everybody will share that excitement with you purely because, they are not very happy with it, they are not very comfortable with it, they are not aware of how is it going to benefit them or how is it going to make their life easier, right? So, for example, if there is a new CRM tool that the company is bringing in and you are bringing in that CRM tool and you want to get started, you're very excited, you're very enthusiastic because you want to see the results, etc. But the whole team is pushing back, they are resisting to this entire change. Now, what is happening is if they are not going to be accepting that change that you're trying to bring in, or you're bringing in a new tool and you're implementing it, and not everybody is excited, they're not accepting that change, what will happen? Now that will lead to your entire CRM tool not being implemented in the right manner. Then it's going to lead to very inaccurate data that is getting entered or delayed data that is getting added onto it. And so the whole CRM platform will then fail because people are not using it on the real-time basis, and the result that you thought that you will achieve by using this platform, you're not there, right? Because the people are pushing back. People are not accepting that change. They're not aware how they are going to be benefiting from it. So they're refusing to adapt to this stage. Or there are some people who are very confused. They don't know what is this platform all about. And they feel that, I don't have the skill to pick up this tool. The other could be very afraid to speak their mind because they'll be thinking that, it's okay, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it, but let me not voice my opinion right now, let others voice it, and then I'm sure others will ask a question that I have in my mind, so let me just go with the flow right now, right? So in the end, all of this is leading to what? Frustration, low morale, very high tension. People are stressed about it because they are being forced to implement something that they are not very comfortable with, right? And if you do not handle this situation, this resistance that is coming in from the team in the right manner there and then in the long run, the whole thing will fail. It'll just flatly, it's going to fall down, right? So at first glance, if we look at it, any resistance that is coming for any good change that you're trying to bring in, that is always taken it as a big hurdle that you have to cross, right? But if you look at it in the long run, the same resistance that you're showing for any big change that is being brought in will actually be beneficial. It'll be treated as a boon because that's leading to good transformation in the team, in the company. As professionals, you will see a lot of transformation coming in. There is some learning that is coming in. So I think initially it's very human that we take it as a hurdle, but if we look at it very objectively in the long run, we all benefit from any new change that is being brought in, right? So today, let's talk about, in our Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, let's talk about resistance to change. Why do we resist change, right? Hello, everyone. You're with Sonia, and we're on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, and we're going to have coffee together. Let's get started with today's episode. But before that, have you subscribed to my channel? What are you waiting for? Please hit the subscribe button if you've still not done so, right? Let's get started. So what is resistance? First, let's look at what is resistance, right? It is nothing but reluctance of people to change or to adapt to that change or adopt that change. It's simple because we do not want to accept it. We want to push back into any new thing coming in because we are in our comfort zone. हम अपनी comfort zone में बैठे हैं, सब चीज़ें सही चल रही हैं, हमें लग रहा है क्यों एक नई चीज़ को लेके हमारे सर पे डाल दो तो हमें एक नई चीज़ सीखनी पड़ेगी, राइट? तो हम लोग पुश बैक कर लेते हैं विदाउट थिंकिंग कि क्या है ये चीज़. पहले क्यूरोसिटी तो दिखाओ कि ये चीज़ क्या है, क्यों लाई जा रही है, हाउ एम आई गोना बी बेनिफिटिंग, बट हम लोग रेजिस्टेंस कर देते हैं कि नहीं, हमें ये नहीं चाहिए, राइट? सो लेट्स लुक एट टॉप 5 रीजंस why do we resist to change, right? The first one is mistrust or lack of confidence, right? हमें वो trust ही नहीं है, so we may not be trusting that person who's recommending that change, or who's bringing in a new process or platform or tool, etc. So we do not trust that person, or we do not trust that platform itself कि अभी तक सब कुछ ठीक चल रहा था, why do we need this now? अभी तक तो बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, कंपनी इतने आराम से चल रही है, अब इनको क्या जरूरत है एक नया टूल लेके आने की, राइट? सो वी आर नॉट ट्रस्टिंग ईदर द प्लेटफॉर्म or we are not trusting that individual. Here I would like to point out a Maurer 3-level resistance. Maurer as in MAURER, you can Google it also. It's a 3-level resistance that it speaks about. One is, I don't get it. The second one, I don't like you. Third, I don't like it. Or rather, I don't get it, I don't like it, I don't like you. Right? So, I don't get it meaning, I'm not understanding this platform. I'm not skilled enough. I'm not informed enough. I'm not aware enough. So that's the reason you say, okay, I don't want to accept it. I don't want to adapt to this platform, right? So you don't have enough information about that new process or the new tool. Hence you are pushing back. The next one is, I don't like it. Meaning, I don't want to get into this new platform. I'm very happy where I am. My work is going hunka-dory. I'm performing very well with the existing tool. Why do we need to do it? So you're a person who does not like change. You are happy where you are. So you don't want to transform yourself. You push back on any new innovation that is being brought in the company. So that's your nature. You don't like it. The third one is, I don't like you, right? A big one. Any person who's bringing in a change, or he's the person who's initiated that conversation or initiated that change that is being brought in. You don't like that person and you say, oh, that person is trying to do this just to impress the management. Why should I follow that person? ऐसे नहीं होता है, ये नहीं चलता है, because someone in the company has to take that first step in looking at there is a problem which maybe other people are not seeing it, and if that is a problem, then how do we address that problem? And hence that person takes an initiative to suggest new things and start developing new processes or tools or whatever to bring in that change, right? So you don't like that person, so you say, okay, fine, I don't want to accept it. Right? So this is the first one, which is mistrust or lack of confidence. The second one is lack of training and resources. Any new process that is being brought in, you need to provide enough training to the team so that the onboarding is much easier. They are able to adapt to that change in a very natural phenomena. But when there is no training provided, there is simple a document or an email sent, okay, fine, tomorrow this has to be implemented, or we are bringing in this new process, these are the step by step things that need to be done, and that's it. So you have some doubts, you don't know whom to talk about that doubt because there was no training given, there were no resources provided to you, and hence you're just pushing back. You don't want to accept that, right? So that could be one of the reasons why you are resisting to change. Now the third one is fear of failure. We all are very scared that we will fail in this. That is back of our mind. Any new thing that we are trying, answer to yourself. Do you have that fear of failure? Any new thing that you want to try? Right? You always think that, fail हो जाएंगे हम, पता नहीं succeed होंगे कि नहीं. We are a rock star in the current process. अभी तक चल रहा था, ठीक था. I was performing so well. Will I be able to perform equally well when this new platform is being brought in? So we are doubting ourselves. We have that fear of failing. And then saying that the management will say that you are failing now, right? And then I can't even tell the management, you brought in a new platform, hence I'm failing. Right? So the fear of failure is a big reason why we are resisting to change every time, right? Because we have that fear of being in the unknown zone, and hence we are resisting to change, right? The next one is poor communication. Most of the time I've seen in the companies that any new thing that is being launched in the company, any new thing that is brought in the company, the leaders or the teams are talking at people rather than talking with the people. There is a difference. When you're talking at people, it's a one-way communication. You're just saying this is implemented and that's it, follow it and implement. The other is talking with people. You are doing group discussions with them, you're doing one-on-one meetings with them, making them feel comfortable, informing them what this platform is all about, why have you brought it, how is it going to benefit them. So you are addressing a question in their mind, what's in it for me or what it can do for me, right? So you are not communicating that, and that is leading to resistance for change. Right, so that could be one of the reason. And lastly, the reason could be unrealistic timelines. कि आपने एक process दिया और बोला कि कल से implement हो रहा है, तो बहुत unrealistic timeline हो गया. You're not giving people little bit of time to adjust themselves to it, and you're saying okay from tomorrow it's being done. Many times in sales I've seen that हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि last minute पे management एक मेल लिखेगा मॉर्निंग में, फ्रॉम टुडे द प्राइस इज चेंज एंड दिस इज द न्यू प्राइस. द होल सेल्स टीम विल बी रेजिस्टिंग टू दैट चेंज्ड प्राइसिंग structure or strategy or whatever, because they'll say we are already talking to a lot of prospective clients. Now we've not told them, how can we suddenly change the price, right? So we are resisting to that change in the pricing structure because we say it's a very unrealistic timeline. How can you achieve? Or the management will say, okay, fine, this is the new tool that has been brought in. You have to start using this tool in 2 days' time. In 2 days, please buckle up and learn this entire tool. You say, okay, this is a very unrealistic timeline. You're bringing in something new. Give us that breathing space to pick up that new tool, understand it, and then only we can implement it, right? So I think because of this also, a lot of people push back and resist to the change, right? So now that we know why people are resisting to change, let's look at how can we handle that resistance, right? So the first one is open and transparent. So you need to be very open when you're bringing in change. This is for people who are leading the teams. This is for people who are trying to bring in that change. So be it an HR department, or be it the marketing department, or be it the project department, or be it the leader of the company or the leader of the department, right? So if you are bringing in that change, you have not very openly and transparently, you've not communicated why are you bringing in that change, right? So for example, if you're implementing a new organizational structure within the company and you're not communicating it properly to the entire team as to why are you bringing in that org structure? What is the need for it? How is every individual in the company going to benefit? What is the larger picture of bringing in that change? So if you're not going to communicate very transparently and openly with your team members, you will often find pushback. So if you don't want to have pushback, if you don't want people to resist, then please be very open and speak very transparently with people and not at people, right? So number 2 is inclusion. Inclusion is nothing but when you're trying to bring in any change, you should include people from different departments, different branches, just to have their opinion, because that will give you a very diverse perspective of what is that new tool that you're trying to bring in, something that maybe you've not thought of. So if you are recommending that change and you're not talking to people from different departments, because they are also going to be affected with it, they also have to implement it, but you've not taken their inputs. So if you take those inputs, maybe you will get some new ideas which can actually enhance the overall effect of that platform, right? So this is again, talk with people, not at people, which I've again stated 3rd time now. So please include other people when you're trying to bring in a change, because then the resistance will be much less as compared to when you're not taking their inputs, because then they feel involved, they feel important, they feel that, okay, fine, we are part of this change that is coming in. All people want is they want to be part of it and not be excluded from the decision making, right? Even if you are discarding their opinions or their thoughts or their suggestions for whatever reason. Maybe it's not practical, maybe it's not relevant, but you're hearing them out, right? That hearing them out is more than sufficient. So please include people when you're trying to make any suggestion, when you're trying to bring in any change. Now, the third one is provide training and tutorials. Anything new that you're trying to bring in, please provide them with enough training, onboard them properly so that they are skilled. They feel that now they have the ability to adopt or adapt to that new change. They should be imparted continuously, because so there are people who are very slow learners and we cannot discard them. Today you've given them the training, and maybe after a month they would need to have a very refresher training. So keep giving them this continuous training and provide them with the necessary support from time to time so that they are comfortable in adapting to that change and they're not resisting to that level, because they know that the company has taken efforts or my leader has taken effort in spending time with me to onboard me with that platform, right? Now, the next one is, of course, if companies have a culture of continuous learning, right? Today, the companies, they keep providing trainings to their employees. They provide they do workshops. They recommend the teams for some extracurricular activities, or people are providing communication training or leadership training or time management training. So continuously, you know that the company is into upskilling the employees. They want the employees to keep looking at new skills. They want the teams to innovate, look at new avenues, and adapt to it, adopt those new things that are coming their way. So hence, if you have that culture of continuous learning, then any new thing that you're bringing in, you'll not get that pushback. Right? So please have a culture of continuous learning, because with that, then the pushback will be much lesser. It will not be to that big level. And last one, address any concerns proactively. When we look at any new concern that is coming in, so for example, if you have launched a new policy in the company because of which the team members are facing a challenge in maintaining their work-life balance, now, if you do not address it there and then it's going to become a bigger issue. So any new change that you're bringing in, do a survey. Ask the people, how are you feeling about it? Is there any challenge that you're facing? Are you okay with it? Are you happy with it? Would you want us to assist you in anything? When you do those things, then it leads to people accepting that change in a better way. Right? So I think please address any concerns that are coming there and then, instead of making that small little concern becoming a bigger issue, because of which then people will push back. Right? So if you don't want people to push back from the change, please address any concerns that are arising there and then proactively, and not waiting to become like a bigger issue, right? So I think I would just like to end this by saying that the key lies in recognizing the resistance to change or resistance not as a hurdle, not as a roadblock, but a guidepost pointing towards the right direction, pointing towards being a more resilient and a dynamic future, right? So don't resist to change, accept the change as a new opportunity in front of you, which will help you grow further, which will make you more innovative, more critical thinker, contribute in a different way. So please go ahead and accept change that is coming your way, because you never know what that change in long run will do to your growth and to your transformation, right? On that note, I'm going to end my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. I hope you found this video or this content useful, and if you did, you know what to do. Like, comment and share my video, and of course hit the subscribe button if you've still not done so. And yes, I wanted to check with you if you've grabbed the copy of my first book, which is available on Amazon, Career Chaos and Coffee Stains. If you've still not done so, do grab a copy. It's actually relevant to today's work life, our professional life, our career growth, and which has got a lot of coffee stains, which is the mishaps that happen at our workplace, right? So do share how you found my book. And I'm going to see you next Thursday, right? Stay safe, everyone. Keep progressing. Keep accepting change in your life. Bye-bye.